on average, we were doing 127 demos. Completed 100 people were showing up. That's a lot. That's a lot of demos, my friend. This is how you do it. Some conventional ways that you probably haven't thought about when it comes to marketing your business. What are the avenues? Let's say you started your AI agency. You're trying to get clientele. You're sending emails. You got your emails going on. You got campaigns coming through, right? You got positive responses coming in. Everything is good. When you look at the analytics, opportunities are coming in. Those are good avenues. But you have to kind of think outside the box because a lot of other people are doing the same thing. So what I recommend to you, now for my city, I am in the city of Calgary. You might be in a different city. You might be in a different location. Every city has potentially a traffic-based data. What we want to do, you've probably seen the old school way of people doing marketing, right? What do? They go put signs somewhere and it actually works. Even though you think it doesn't work, they're literally getting impressions for their business. So now you could do the same thing, okay? I'm going to run this test, but I wanted to share it with you to show you what it looks like, right? So what the potential is. So now let's say we found exact avenues, right? Let's go, for example, we want to find avenue somewhere close by. Okay, there's a traffic area here we could potentially target. What's it looking like? How many potential impressions can we tap into that on a daily basis? We're probably looking at, give it a second here. Maybe I might have to reload this map. Okay, so let's say this avenue here. 14,000 people are going by. So it means 14,000 impressions. If you put a sign here, this isn't illegal, by the way. If you put a sign here, right? So you go build a little sign, call, hey, if you're looking to test AI for your business, a nice keyword, a nice copy, do this. 14,000 impressions here. They call your AI secretary, whatever it is you're supplying for the company. So 10,000 impressions here, another 10,000 impressions here, and also multiple impressions on every corner. So let's say within your radius, in the quadrants within your city, you want 100,000 potential impressions a day. Now, if you do the math on that, okay, if you do the math on that, the CPM for let's do quick math. On Facebook, on average, we know the CPM is $15 to $20 per 1,000 impressions. Okay? If you collectively get 100,000 impressions a day, which is a huge number if you do the math on that, right? Let's just say 10,000 impressions times that by 30 days, you got about, what, 300,000 impressions. That's just 1, 2, 3 avenues maybe you tapped into. You divide that by the 1,000 CPM on a Facebook ad. You have 300 units of CPM at $15. That's equivalent of spending $5,000 a month on ads on Facebook. And you already know what the results are for people getting. Now, if you pair this up with your own AI caller, now, if you're watching this video, you're new early, you can thank me later because no one's using this and you're bringing awareness to the general public. You're definitely going to get some results out of this. All right, so let's say we go back to what we're doing here, the traffic. On the weekend, maybe early morning, we go tap into 10, 15 different corners here. Each of them are bringing you 10,000 potential impressions a day, 16,000, 17,000. You do the math. It's essentially spending 10K a month on ads, right? So if you want to get to 10K a month very quickly, very efficiently, without doing cold calling, without sending emails, without doing all this stuff, that's the way to go. Now, the beauty about this process, it's in the background. Once you do it once, maybe you do one morning walk, you go for a nice little healthy run, That's done with. It's in the background. It's already going. Then you can come back to your emails, get your emails going. Then you can come back to your cold calling, get your cold calling going, right? So you have all these avenues for your business, okay? So let's say if I were to sign into some of our analytics, right? You have all these things going on for your business. You have your cold calling happening in the background. Let's just look at our numbers here. Okay, this was a test account. Let's see how many calls we made. 300 calls, one meeting. Okay, phenomenal, right? The numbers are into that. You had 15 conversations. 15 conversations, one meeting. So every 10, 15 conversations, you do the math, the KPIs, you're getting a meeting. Now, if you do the math on that, this is how it becomes real. So for example, if I go to my Calendly, let's go for the month of, we're in November. Let's go October. October wasn't a hot month for us, right? We hit some data issues on the numbers. We pretty much ran through our TAM around October. So if you do the analytics on the amount of demos we booked, 52 demos we booked in the last, from October 3rd to November. But it's not that good. It's not that good. Those aren't good numbers to me, right? A good number, let's say July, August, when it was a hot time. Let's go May. On average, we were doing 127 demos. Completed 100 people were showing up. That's a lot. That's a lot of demos, my friend. This is how you do it. The process is proven. You got your cold calling in check. Obviously, you got to use capital as leverage. If you're doing this by yourself, you just a masochist at this point, because you are probably living in a Western country and you're not utilizing capital as leverage. What are you doing? You don't understand leverage, unfortunately. The sooner you understand that, the better. So let's upgrade that mentality so we can actually get some results, right? So back to the purpose of the video, right? You had your impressions coming here in the background. That's probably potentially bringing you a couple of demos a week here, there. You got your cold calling. This is proven. If you lay out the right systems, you hire the right people for capital as leverage, you'll get that labor on board. You're printing demos, as we can see here. It's proven, right? You got your emails in the background. That's going as well. The only thing that you might run into is data issues. And data issues are essentially what at the end of the day? Data issue just means you're limited in your resources. So the faster you can tap into these avenues that are free and available to you, you won't have data issues. Right? You can get the enterprise accounts on Clay. You can get the Apollo accounts and pay $2,000 to $3,000 a month for data. You will never run out of data at that point, because now you have deeper pockets and you can tap into those resources. So here's what you should be doing. You should be doing the free stuff that you can gain traction, get yourself to 5, 10K a month, so you can put all your eggs into the higher leverage activity. So the email infrastructure is a high leverage activity. The cold calling is pretty good numbers. It'll get you off the ground from cold. But email, when you pair it up with email and LinkedIn, which I'll show you down the line, it's a little bit more complex, right? I'm working on that. It's the hardest one to really execute. Why? Because there's some limitations when it comes to scaling that. But this stuff, you can scale it easy, day in, day out. I would start off here because that's literally going to take you an hour to 30 minutes, and you're going to see traction within your city, right? Just find the data sets. How do you find the data sets? Go to ChatGPT, ask it. Like, hey, I'm looking for the traffic metrics in my city. Give me the traffic metrics. I'll give you a couple links, click on them, and then you'll pop up. You'll find it here. Everybody's city is obviously going to be different, the data on that. Right. So if you found this video interesting to you and you really want to actually get some traction, you really want to actually start booking a lot of demos. So what is the value of these demos? Now we're doing this for AI in consultation for AI company. A lot of businesses out there, I could show you, let's say if you were doing it for SDR role for a tech company, any company, the price tag is $300 to $450 based on what I know per demo booked call for a potential prospect. So you could resell. If you get good at this skill set, you don't have to sell AI. You can sell these demos booked to potential companies and just multiply those contracts and just build through there. So 127, if you do the math on that, 127 times $400, a company is going to pay you in San Francisco, US, anywhere, as long as you show that you are someone that delivers. They don't care. They're not going to be, seeing what you're doing. They don't care about which, as long as there's numbers. This is the best opportunity for people that just want to make money as well, but you don't have to start an AI agency. But the skill set that you learn along the way and the leverage you input, those pieces you input, you can transfer to any other business or model that you want. So let's do the math on that. 127, $50,000 worth of leads or cash flow. So if I were to just say, hey, you know what? I'm tired of running AI business, which, I'm like doing my own thing right now. It's working well. I could potentially secure some contracts for other companies who are selling AI or selling some type of somewhere out there, right? And that's a $50K a month business because you know how to print demos. It's a highly valuable skill set. And I'm telling you this stuff because it actually works. I'm giving you data. I'm going off data. I'm not just making this up, right? How are you going to make these things up? You cannot. How are you going to, right? None of this stuff is made up and you could literally dictate your own destiny. If you found this video helpful, you want to start an AI agency, or maybe you have a company, you have a business, you're a salesperson. There's this exact method I'm sharing with you, using leverage, capital as leverage to get labor on board, AI as leverage to systemize, plug in all the leaks, right? Some other forms of leverage that we'll talk about. You can check the description below. We've opened up a school group. It's paid. We might make it free for a little bit longer here, but it's paid. Eventually, you'll get some free access down the line as we open it. Not too many people in there right now, only about 50 people. We're keeping a high level right now. But if you are someone that's, you want to make money, you want to speed up, I would join that as well. Okay? So I'll see you on the next video.